This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at Lesion Acupuncture Clinics. Since 2002, they have been providing a healthy, healing place through acupuncture and massage. I'm here with Dr. Lesion. Why don't we start off, first of all, in 2002, you began your practice here in the Denver area. You opened up this branch here in 2012. Obviously, a lot of growth taking place. Your education spans over many, many years, all the way back in the 90s. Quite honestly, back when you were 9 years old, getting you prepared for this occupation. Share with us how you got involved in this industry.
This is my family tradition. So when I was 9 years old, my parents and also my uncle picked me up and let me try, see whether I'm doing this well. And I started, and I was well. So I start my training.
Wonderful. So obviously your education spans over multiple continents, really. As you come over here to the Western medicine, are we starting to slowly understand that a proactive approach to our health is really what's going to help folks out there? And is that why many people are coming to seek your services?
I believe so. I think it seems more and more people accepting acupuncture treatment because it's healing and no side effect, and also it's very effective.
Let me ask you, acupuncture itself has been around for close to 5,000 years, originated back in China. Is the technology ever changing because you as a doctor are learning more and more? So is the treatment getting better and better all the time?
We use a lot of modern science technology to study the procedures of acupuncture. We so far made a lot of progress. So to make it clear exactly to identical with Western medicine. So which is like this is a Western medicine disease, and how is about the Chinese look like, how the Chinese ways, and how we cooperate together, how to treat it.
Interesting. Before we get into many of the symptoms of why folks walk through the doors seeking some relief, let's start first of all. What is going on? What are the theories that are actually happening during the process of needles going in the body? What is going on at that stage?
It's about we did a lot of study about what's going on. We have many theories to believe. Like the traditional ways we believe it we called meridian theory. But through the many years study, we found is like some theory, like a nerve system, blood vessel system, lymph system. All the things is partially about the meridians. But so far, we haven't found the 100% explanation. Sure. What is a real meridian, which acupuncture based on.
So you're talking about folks that come in with some pain, they can leave with some relief. Are you actually stimulating the endorphins that cause pain and are able to block that pain from us?
Some of the studies show that ways during the acupuncture and they stimulate the brain to generate one chemical called endorphin. So that's one of the theory to explain how does acupuncture work.
Now, let's say folks out there before have never tried acupuncture. They're fearful of it. I mean, when folks think of needles, I think of sewing needles, but we're talking about needles that are much smaller than that. Explain to us really what the needles entail.
The needle we use compared to sewing needle is much smaller, also solid. It's most time they won't cause any pain, but sometimes it does cause a little pain. But it's nothing like a tremendous pain. We shouldn't be scared, but it looks like a little scared sometimes.
Interesting. Does the government basically regulate the size of the needles to make sure that the procedure is always safe for the folks out there and consumers?
Yes, it is. We have certain rules. Like all the needle only can be single use and disposal after that. It's quite safe.
Before we discuss some of those symptoms again out there, share with me a little bit as far as I want to take a proactive approach with the viewers here. I mean, not only do you have to have pain and injury to walk through the doors, a lot of folks are taking more of a proactive approach, less a reactive approach to their health. How is acupuncture able to help us with optimal health?
That's the very important part of acupuncture. We're not only treating the disease, we're also for well-beings.
Sure.
Like we can look at the people's tongue and the pulse. That's the way we diagnose it. We check their energy levels. this is we always can bring the people's energy level better. We call it like a tune-up treatment, something like that.
Folks out there that want to do this for maintenance of their health, how often should they be coming in for something like that?
I recommend is about like once in 2 weeks, or either every 6 months we have a 10 visit at a twice-week basis. Just like you keep your house cleaning. No matter how wonderful the house is, but if you won't clean, they will be trashed out.
Absolutely. Some of the folks that have come in and basically not for pain but for maintenance, what are some of the stories you hear from them? I mean, do they feel better? Is it energy? What do you normally hear from the patients?
The patient can feel after the tune-up treatment, they can feel like more energy, more relaxing, more fresh feelings, so comfortable. All the things can be all other things.
Wonderful. Right now we are scrolling across this screen there, many symptoms of what can be alleviated, decreased with acupuncture. Share with me some of the more common ones, also some of the ones that are more life-altering for folks that you've seen walk out with just an amazement that was taken care of.
For example, most amazing is it can be pain. People can suffer like the pain, like a shoulder pain, neck pain, back pain. The level can be from 0 to 10, it will be 10. But after needles, it can be down to 0. It's amazing. They can move. Before they move in, they couldn't do it. They couldn't move the things.
Interesting. So we're talking about small pains, alleviating some aches, all the way to more serious symptoms, maybe like that of post-stroke acupuncture. Share me, what do you guys offer for that as well?
We specialize in brain injury for all kind of like people involved in a car accident or even stroke. The acupuncture can burn up the brain circulation tremendously. By the study, they showed is they can burn up the brain circulation, especially to the selected area, more than 20%. So that's we can stimulate the nerve, get a lot of improvement for their paralyzed. And also the speech, and also the brain functions, much better.
Is this a very common approach in other countries for strokes?
In China, for stroke rehab, the acupuncture is the #1 therapy there. So most, I would say probably more than 90% stroke patient receiving acupuncture treatment for stroke.
Interesting. So folks out there that are looking for a real natural approach to their health, this is great because we're talking about no drugs, no side effects, basically no surgery. It's very non-invasive, really.
It is.
Let me ask you this. What age are you able to treat out there? I mean, I've got a lot of kids myself. Do you start them out young all the way up to the elderly?
The youngest patient I ever treat was about after 3 days after she was born in the hospital. When at that time I was working at Red Cross Hospital in China. She got a hard labor and it damaged the nerve on the shoulder, so got paralyzed on the arm. So we start treating at that time. The oldest patient I have been treating is 102 years old. So it's kind of be a big branch.
That's a wide gamut of actually clients that you're able to take care of through the door. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to get a clearer picture possibly about the background of the doctor here as well as their staff. You're also going to take a look at some of the services they're able to provide. And like I said, we've scrolled across the screen many symptoms that acupuncture has been able to help. But quite honestly, it's the prevention of disease, if you will, that helps you so you don't have to walk through the doors again. You can also check out there on the website some of the resources they have. You can also check out their newsletters and obviously sign up right there on the website as well. Let me ask you, obviously your expertise is in that of acupuncture. You're providing a place of healing here. You also provide massage under the roof as well.
Yes, we do.
What kind of massage are you offering here for the folks?
We do the massage, is integrative massage, include the Chinese massage, deep tissue, Swedish, almost everything, basically for healing.
Okay. One last thing. Obviously, we as consumers, to to learn more about our health. It's an ongoing educational process. You also make yourself available to the masses out there through seminars. Share with us what you're able to provide for folks out there.
We try to use the public education to educate the American public to accept the acupuncture, because so far we still have a small group of people trying acupuncture, which is really healing to prevent a disease, for a lot of chronic disease which most people hasn't recognized, such like diabetes, arthritis, high blood pressure, for asthma, for all this chronic disease. And acupuncture not only can control to some of them, even we can cure that. So this is an amazing process compared to Western medicine, because for long-term taking the drugs, the side effect has to be concerned. And acupuncture definitely no any side effect.
Absolutely. One last thing, doctor, before we let you go. If we have a viewer out there who has never tried acupuncture before, maybe a little fearful, what would you tell them?
We will definitely we talk them, let them to try, see whether it's whether cause there any pain, and whether they're comfortable or not, the things. And I would recommend everybody to have at least try one times. I would say, some people may be very scareful for the needle, but most people probably not.
What, they're able to walk in the office here, sit down with your staff, possibly go through a small consultation, kind of walk them through them in that way, and then obviously if it's something they would like to keep doing, how often? Does that depend pretty much on what they're trying to get rid of how often they should come through the doors?
Yeah, it's based on the disease, based on the issues, conditions, how often they can come here. The things are very individual.
Excellent. Folks, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see there is our contact information. Phone numbers right there at the bottom of the screen. Give them a call. They're located here in Denver. This is their newest branch here, opened up in 2012. They've been serving the area since 2002. That is Lesion Acupuncture Clinics, located here in Denver, Colorado. The key to a healthy and long life. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
The emotional toll that financial stress can bring is why we offer debt relief services. Attorney Kevin Heifel has served over 5,000 clients. His qualified staff in each location understands how liberating it is to have your debt eliminated and your credit restored. We give you the personal attention you deserve, like we have for thousands of satisfied clients. We help good people like you get out of debt.
This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here with the owner of 24hourflex.com. For over 25 years, under the parent company of RPS Plan Administrators, they have been providing employee benefit solutions. First of all, I'd like to begin with Nathan and ask you, obviously this idea is kind of unique because the way it came about. Why don't you share with me a little bit of the background of how a kid from Madagascar creates such an idea that goes over so well?
Yeah, I was actually born in Africa, Madagascar. Most people know about it because of the movies, but I lived it. I had a pet lemur monkey, in fact, when I was growing up. And I was about 10 years old before we came back to the United States. Moved to northern Minnesota, and then went to college, and then eventually on to University of Denver, where I did my MBA there. I started that program in 1984, and then joined this company in 86.
How has the growth been for the company?
It's been quite the story. When I graduated from DU in the MBA program, I joined this company. I graduated in 86. I immediately joined the company. And then the opportunity came up for me to buy the company. But it was a very small company. We did some pretty good negotiations, and for whatever reason, and I think some of it had to do with the good Lord, believe you me, but we were able to buy this company for $1, and they gave me all the cash in the bank. They assumed all the liabilities, and I got all the receivables. And it was like, here's a gift, do something with it, right? And I was the only employee then in 1986, and we have grown at an average rate of about 17% a year. We are now the largest administrator in these employee benefit plans in this region and have about 30 employees.
You received a gift, and quite honestly, you're now paying it forward to a lot of employees across the nation.
That's right. That's been our wonderful heritage, is to be able to do that.
As employees, we have benefits out there. How does a flex spending account differ or possibly even complement those benefits?
We exist because we pay taxes, and the government has decided that there are certain benefits that you don't have to pay taxes on. So if you're in a flexible spending account, say it's medical or you have kids in child care, you can set aside money into either one of those flexible spending accounts, and then to the extent you use that money in that account, it's completely tax-free to you. You save federal, state, FICA taxation, about 30% on the money that goes into those two accounts.
Now, to set up one of these accounts, is there a cost associated? Is that left up to the employee or the employer, and who sets all this up?
Usually the employer sets up the plan because it's offered through the employer. And it's one of those wonderful situations because it's a win-win, because the employer is also saving the matching FICA. Some of my clients save over $1 million a year just in their FICA costs. So they have every incentive in the world to set up these flexible spending accounts.
So a lot less for them having to match that tax when you're talking about gross versus net, because this way, obviously, and they're benefiting, like you say, the participants in the program.
Yeah, it's one of those wonderful situations where there's this win-win opportunity. The employer benefits, the employee benefits. Same thing on the retirement side. I calculated last year, for every dollar my clients paid me, they saved over $100 in taxes.
Let's start off, first of all, one of the specifics, health reimbursement account. Explain to me how that works and how the participants benefit.
It's similar to a flexible spending account. It's money that has been set aside, but it's only set aside for medical expenses. The key difference between a flexible spending account and health reimbursement account is that the HRA, health reimbursement account, is entirely employer funded.
How does that differ from the health savings account, or is there a difference?
There is a difference. To have a health savings account, you have to have a certain type of health insurance. You have to have what's called a HDHP. It has a high deductible. The concept here is that the employee, through their health savings account, is paying first the cost up to the deductible, and once you've reached that, then it's 100% insurance provided. And that's a key difference. Now, the health savings account can be funded by the employee and or the employer. That's one of the differences between the HRA and the HSA. HRA is entirely employer funded. HSA can be employer and employee funded.
Wonderful. Now, these are all programs that are backed by the government. Obviously, are these all an umbrella underneath the Section 125, or is that a separate altogether?
No, they are, for the most part, under Section 125 of the Internal Revenue Code. There are a couple of sections that come into play, but they are the Section 125 flexible spending accounts.
Obviously, these are benefits that people use throughout the year for health. What if they're not used? What happens to that money then? What goes on there?
Well, our role is to help the employees spend the money. Okay. And so employees, for clients that have engaged our services, the employees will call us. If they have money that is not spent, they may call our staff and ask for ideas on how to spend it. We provide also a debit card so that the employee can go in and swipe that debit card, and the money immediately comes out of their flexible spending account and is paid to the provider, say the pharmacy, the Walgreens, etc. So our role is to make sure that what's called forfeitures, if someone doesn't spend it, we don't want them to lose that money.
One of the plans out there that people seem to use, and definitely use, is that of parking and transportation. What do you offer there?
We offer the full parking and transit program, and this is an opportunity for people that have to pay for parking. Say you got a company downtown, a law firm, something like that, and they're paying for parking. You can pay for that parking expense with pre-tax dollars. So you're going to save federal and state and Social Security tax on any money set into that parking and transit program. Likewise, if you're riding light rail or you're riding RTD and you need to buy the tickets in order to, you can pay for that with pre-tax dollars. And all that is set up through the employer.
And so you guys actually do retiree billing.
We do retiree billing as well for employers that have a large retiree workforce. And now some of that retiree benefit is being paid for by the employer, some is being paid for by the employee. We can help with that whole billing process.
The administration obviously is needed on the back end, and that's basically where you shine. You basically have been the world's largest third party.
Well,
what is it exactly?
We are the region's largest. We have close to 33,000 plan participants that are using our services. And bear in mind that when these flexible spending accounts are offered, maybe about 15 to 20% of the employees actually take advantage of it. So our clients actually have about 250,000 employees.
Interesting. Serving over, 800 companies?
Over 800 companies in the region. They range in size from one employee. Our largest has 25,000 employees nationwide.
No matter what the size is, basically your website is very user-friendly for them. Obviously, they've got a place to log in and check out, be it if you're an employer or a participant. You've also got a 24-hour live help there all the time. But no matter what, you're always a phone call away.
We are, and we also have live chat. And we also introduced this year a mobile app, so someone can, if they say they go to the dentist and they need a copy of the receipt, they can actually take a quick copy of the receipt right on their mobile phone, fill out the reimbursement form right on their phone, and send that in.
Speaking of one of the ways the money gets spent, you actually even have an FSA store right there online.
We do. It's a great FSA store because now employees, they know that anything they buy in that store is FSA eligible, so they can just go right into that store and spend it right there.
Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen. What you're going to see is the information right there, as well as that website address. On the website, you're going to get a clearer idea of some of the plans that they have out there available. Quite honestly, an employer sets this up because of the fact that they definitely benefit, but on the other side, the employee benefits just as much. And like he basically said, for every dollar that they've saved for people, I mean, it's really a win-win. I mean, 1 to 100 ratio.
It really is a win-win. For every dollar that our clients paid us in 2012, they saved over $100 in taxes.
That's wonderful. Is there anything else out there for viewers that are thinking about getting involved with a plan like this that you think would be important for them to know? Yeah,
we also provide great consulting and administration on the retirement side as well. And that's a very, very important. About half of our business is retirement plan consulting. And most people look at, they're familiar with a 401k plan, but not too many are familiar with cash balance plans. Sometimes with a cash balance plan, we can increase benefits to certain employees $150,000, $200,000 a year, additional benefits going into these plans.
Is your company also able to handle the administration for COBRA?
Yes, we provide COBRA for many, many companies, hundreds of companies. We do all the COBRA support as well. And that's important because a lot of times companies try to pair their COBRA with their health insurance provider. On one hand, it sounds convenient, but companies constantly switch their healthcare provider. And so why do that? Why pair the COBRA with healthcare provider, have it separate so when they switch their health insurance, they don't have to switch their COBRA.
No bump in the road, basically just seamless.
That's right, that's right.
Wonderful. Last time, folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. Once again, that is 24hourflex.com. I'm here with Nathan Carlson, who is the founder. And keep in mind, this is a company that was basically accidentally founded, really, if he explained it correctly. But gladly enough, obviously the employers benefit as well as the employees, making sure that you are basically getting the benefits that you really should be getting all along.
That's right. That's right.
Wonderful. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
Medical Massage International provides the public with independent, competent healthcare practitioners through the art of massage. We train therapists to last and sustain a career beyond our school by entering them into the medical world of massage. Establishing core values within our students to bring out the best in themselves is our goal. You too can join this diverse group of therapists to thrive in the medical massage world.